You're too easily distracted. And before you get offended about what I'm saying, I want you to pay attention to how many times your time, your energy, your focus, your resources go into things that may not pour back into you. And this is the year, this is the season where you want what you put your attention to, what you put your energy towards, what you put your resource towards, what you put your time towards to pour back into you. That's the purpose of decluttering your mind. That's the purpose of sitting silently and doing a quick life audit or a not so quick life audit. That's the purpose of journaling and praying and meditating and trying to make sense of what makes sense for you. This journey of life is not a one size fits all. You can't look at someone else's life and assume that if you take those same exact steps, you're guaranteed the same outcome. But you have to pay attention to what easily distracts you. Because when you're easily distracted by everything that you see and everything that you hear and everyone that comes across your path, then you don't pay attention to what you truly need and what's truly in alignment with you and your purpose and your path. And so perhaps now is a time to check in and see, are things moving at the frequency that I want them to be moving at? Am I seeing change and growth? Am I expanding in the areas that I want to grow and expand in? Do I feel like there's a return on investment in the things that I pour into? Ask yourself these questions and begin to be truly honest with what's reflecting back towards you. And it's not a shade. It's not a moment of defeat. It's more a moment of enlightenment. It's a moment of clear reflection so that you can change course and direction if you find that those answers are not exactly what you want to hear or you're not seeing exactly what you want to see. You are too easily distracted. You're easily distracted by what you see on social media, what you may consume in terms of information. If you're still watching the news, I mean, that's your choice, or what you're researching and what you're checking things online, whatever that might be for you. You're easily distracted. It pulls you away from your sacred space and from your purpose that day, that week, that month. And before you know it, you're ending the year with the same momentum and the same end results or the same limited beliefs or the same tabs open that you perhaps even spoke for yourself at the beginning of the year that you didn't want to see happen. And so we got to be very mindful about the steps that we're taking and be careful about what we do with the time that we've been given, which is an ultimate blessing. Every single day that you wake up, it is an opportunity for you to conquer something. It's an opportunity for you to say, like, I'm so grateful for today. Like, tell me where I'm supposed to go. How am I going to be led? How shall I be used? What should I do? Take that seriously. But you can't be easily distracted in this season. Not if you're going to move towards the things that you want to move towards. Not if you're going to accomplish the things that you desire to accomplish for your life. And so if you wonder why there's stagnation and there's resistance and there's a lack of momentum somewhere, it's because your attention is split in so many different directions. And the attention may not even be split on something negative, right? If we're going to categorize something into negative and positive. Your attention may not even be split in a way that's like you're not wasting time. Maybe you're not doom scrolling. Maybe you're not Netflix and chilling for hours in. Like maybe that's not happening, but there is a distraction somewhere. And people don't realize that there are some distractions that are silent. There are some distractions that are very discreet. There are some distractions that don't even appear to be distractions because you feel like you're doing something productive. It makes me go back to, like an elderly woman who is quilting and crocheting. And while that's an awesome activity, if that's what they want to invest their time in, but then you notice that maybe the place is filthy. Maybe they've assumed the position of being a hoarder. Maybe they have not taken care of their body. Maybe they have been distracted from checking in with their health. Maybe they're not, eating properly. Maybe they're not in relationships that are fulfilling and that brighten up their day. And so on one hand, it looks like they're just enjoying crocheting and knitting. On the other hand, they're completely distracted from their life. And so other things are falling apart. And so I don't like to use the word balance because I don't necessarily believe that there is a balance. I believe that things have their own ebb and flow every single day. Something might require your attention today more than it required your attention last week or the week before. And so you just have to figure out how to pivot smoothly and seamlessly where things are not falling apart around you, and you know just how to give to that particular aspect of your day and time that week or that day. And so it's not necessarily the doing, right? It's whether or not you're positioning yourself to take micro steps that lead to macro outcomes. And so people forget that the micro steps are the big, that they're the heavy hitters. They're the ones that you're simply putting a small deposit into every day, and then you want to see the fruits of that. But if you're easily distracted into things that are not necessarily bringing you to the fulfillment or to the results that you have outlined for yourself, not the world, not what family says, not what friends says, then yes, it is a distraction. And so audit that and look into that and spend some time with some sacred space just between you, and you and God, and you're just sitting there and you're journaling, you're thinking, you're reflecting. What am I not doing that I could be doing? And what am I doing that's taking me away from the things that I could be pouring into, that would be expansive, that would help me and support me in this time and in this season? Just think of these things, reflect on these things, and do your absolute best to not shy away from the true reflection that's being given to you, because it's simply an opportunity for you to just maximize what is deeply in your heart and what you visualize for yourself. You are easily distracted, and that is okay. But now is a time for you to just simply audit and pay attention to what is taking you away from what you should be doing. And sometimes it's fear of taking a leap. Sometimes it's fear of not knowing what the outcome is going to be. Sometimes it's fear of saying yes to yourself. Sometimes it's fear of giving yourself permission to expand and to break generational patterns that may have not benefited you. And so you want to optimize your living. And optimize doesn't mean like, plan a ski trip tomorrow. If that's what you want to do, cool. But optimize is not about exerting more energy. It's really just taking a look at the blueprint and seeing if the blueprint is serving you. And if it's not serving you, then you just want to pay attention to that and slow yourself down so that your actions and your intentions can coincide and be deliberate. And therefore you can get the outcome that you desire. So my hope for you is that you can be honest with yourself and sit with yourself in a moment of reflection and decide what's distracting you in this moment. And we all have a distraction that takes us away from what we want to pursue and gain out of life, and what we have outlined would be in our best interest. And so take a look at that, do some reflection, and pull that back towards you so that you can ultimately design a life that you desire. Thank you for tuning in. If you need any additional resources, you can check the description below. I appreciate you spending some time with me on this video, and I look forward to seeing you again. Until next time.